Everything I'm playing here is entirely improvised. No set patterns, no licks, no chops, just a flow of notes. And I'm going to show you how to do exactly the same thing, and how instead of memorizing patterns, this is the only exercise you need to work on to develop flow on the drum kit. Before that, I need to get off this floor. I'm way too old. So when I teach flow, there's kind of two different categories I put it into. There's the mobility and fluidity around the kit thing, which is purely exercise based. You just basically practice moving from this way to that way, back and forth, and getting super comfy on any kit. The flow I'm talking about in this video is a flow of mind, a flow of ideas that come out seamlessly and creatively without set thought behind it. Now, the main reason why I say you shouldn't learn patterns and memorize fills and grooves and all that sort of stuff is because to me, it's like planning every sentence you're ever going to have before you have it. If you and I were in this room together, we would be having a conversation. We would talk about anything, life, drums, everything. And I would listen to what you say and I would react. And you would listen and you would react. And music is a conversation. So if music is a conversation between two instruments, four instruments, then you can't plan what you're going to say. Because how do you know what the other person is going to say? So instead of memorizing patterns, we should train ourselves and learn and practice to play with freedom. That's what this exercise is doing. Now that that's all the way, let's go to the kit and I'll break this exercise down. Now the exercise today is actually deceptively simple, but what I love about it and what it is amazing when I teach it and when I practice it myself is that there's so much depth to it. Technically, all we're going to do today is combine singles and doubles with our hands and our feet. That's it. You can literally make it up. You can do whatever you want, but the actual exercise and executing that is so tricky, especially when we start adding layers of complexity. Now, before we get into the actual exercise, let's just zoom out for a little bit and think about drumming slightly bigger. When I think about drumming and I think about phrasing and all that sort of stuff, I think about subdivision and I think about stickings. Now, the subdivisions that we play, that will create the tension, 16 notes, 16 note triplets. And the stickings that we use, that we flow through, is just singles and doubles. Singles with your hands, doubles with your hands, single kicks, double kicks. That's it. As soon as you start playing 3 or 4 in each hand, it just kind of shows me how much you practiced, and you start to not think like a musician and think like a drummer. Now let me demo that just to show you how the 3 or the 4 can break the flow. I'm going to do singles and doubles on the snare, and I'm going to put 3 or 4 in my right or left hand, and you'll see how it just instantly loses that fluidity. Even more obvious when you play it faster. So now we've got all that out of the way, what is the exercise? The exercise, what I call flow practice, is just to combine singles and doubles with your hands and your feet at a set subdivision. That's it. It sounds simple. I guarantee it is not easy. Because you can always make it faster, you can always change the subdivision, you can always change the orchestration, you can always add limitation, and you can always try to make more creative musical phrases. So how do we set up this exercise? Well, first things first, choose a subdivision. I'm going to go with 16th notes to start with. We're going to have a left foot quarter note. We're going to count quarter notes out loud so we don't just get dragged about, so we can really feel these phrases flow against the hands or flow against the time. And we've got to work with a click. So let me demo the full thing, the end goal, and then we'll break it down and give you levels to sort of jump. So that's it. The exercise is to combine singles and doubles with your hands and your feet. But I do not recommend that you start straight away with the full thing. It's too challenging, especially when you start pushing those tempos. So we start simply. We play singles with our hands and then go out to something else. Let's go for the next logical one, which is right, right. So a right hand double. You can play it whenever you want, like this.
I was playing 3s, 5s, 9s, 7s, 11s, something. I was playing it all, but I wasn't thinking about it. That's the beauty of this exercise, is you'll play the cool stuff. You'll play the crazy polyrhythmic stuff that you spend ages working on, but you won't think about it like a specific phrase. It won't be a specific sticking, a specific idea. It will just flow out of you. Let me try that a bit faster. I'm going to use the floor tom, quarter note left foot, and I'll put that click on at 90. Then switch in left hand doubles. Leave the right hand doubles, so it's now only left hand doubles. Sounds like this. And did you notice there I did a right hand double? But because I was thinking about not playing right hand doubles, it was very obvious. I noticed it and I was trying not to play that. I'm forcing myself not to play the same things the same way every time. Let's put that all together. Singles and doubles with our hands. Now, just to get away from 90 beats a minute, let's try it faster. I'm going to go to my breaking point, like 140, 16th notes. My brain starts to not have enough power. And that is why this exercise is amazing. No matter how long you practice it for, there will always be another tempo, another subdivision, another idea to explore within this parameter of entirely improvising. Let's incorporate the kick drum. I'm going to go back down to a nice medium 90, and I'll do singles with my hands and single kicks. So now let's do singles with our hands, doubles with our kicks. Let's put it all together at 16th notes at 105 beats a minute for a random number, and I will play and I will flow in 16th notes.
Okay, did you see that bit? I've just transcribed it and I want to come back to a previous point I made about playing odd groupings and different things, but you're not really thinking about it. You're just flowing. So I've transcribed these 3 bars. And what have I found? Well, depending on where you look, you can find different random groupings. So for example, if I look here, I've got a group of 6 here. But I could also view that as a group of 4 there. I could also view it, if I really want to, as a group of 5. Jumping over in this bar, got an easy group of 5 here. But it's also a group of 3, which is also a 6-stroke roll, which is another group of 5. See how you're kind of working on different things, you're approaching it in a different way. Again, in the next bar, we're doing left lead, which is weird. Not weird coming from that, but weird. Another 6-stroke roll, but there's a paradiddle. But there's another paradiddle. And then we've got this stream here of left lead paradiddle, there's another one. And then singles, but that's also a group of 5. When you do this flow exercise, you're gonna end up playing these different groups. And when you transcribe it, you'll see all the different things you're playing, depending on your viewpoint. So it's all really a matter of how you look at it versus what you actually play.
So if you've got that, if you're like, actually, that's cool, I've got that. I'm an awesome drummer. Just make it more challenging and harder for yourself. How do you do that? Well, let's just change up the speed. Let's push it to my max at the moment, 1, 2, 5. I was told to practice with my left foot and then didn't, and then I really regret it. So let me demonstrate it without the left foot and you'll see how much easier I flow and how it sounds better. You can also change the subdivision. All we play as drummers is different subdivisions to create tension and release. We should be able to play all of our stuff, singles, doubles, with our hands on our feet in any subdivision. So let me demonstrate that same thing, but with 16-note triplets. I'm going to flow the full gamut. I'll do it about 75 just for larf. I'll keep that left foot. I'll keep counting quarter notes, working with the click. Left foot. Gets me every time. Because this isn't a practiced set of licks or a pre-practiced chop, and it's not a combination of 2 or 3 different ideas, it's entirely free and entirely random, there will always be ideas that you can't play. We'll always create something new and true for how you are as a player.
So that's the exercise. Simple, not necessarily easy when you layer up that speed, that counting, the left foot, and there's always something to improve. I will literally be practicing this till the end of my life because there's going to be always some way that I can change it and play it better and teach myself to communicate better through the drums. If you did like this lesson, make sure you do go check out my online drum school, davemajormusic.com, because I will teach you all the stuff that goes into this and allow you to communicate better through the drums. Until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Happy practicing.